and welcome to today's live English lesson here on the AM Language YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining. In today's video, we are going to look at what you guys can expect this week on the AM Language YouTube channel, as well as looking at some language points. If this is your first time here or you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Click on that subscribe button and like and share the video. Really important. We're getting very, very close to 900 subscribers. We are so close. Well, when I say, well, how close are we actually? Let me just see. I sometimes forget. Arena F, hello, good afternoon. Privyet, welcome to today's lesson. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend. Right, let's see. How many subscribers do we have? Yeah, 858 subscribers. So we are 40 away. Just about 40 away from achieving the 900 mark. Oksana, hello, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining today's lesson and welcome to the channel. Yes, guys, we are getting closer and closer to our goal of 900, and then hopefully we can then make a good push for 1,000 subscribers. Right, let's see, I want to share, there we go, so I've shared this. So what you guys can expect this week on the AM Language YouTube channel? Well, there is already a new short video up. It's on the modal verb will in the future simple, which shows you how to make future predictions. It's within the context of football, but it's a short 3 to 4 minute video that explains the language point quite well, I should add. You should also expect a new testimonial video as well. So we've had some good results in the IELTS class, and we have a lovely testimonial video from one of our IELTS students who was with us this year, who did very well. Miss Daniela, who achieved a 6.5 in her IELTS, which is wonderful. Her goal was 5.5, but in the end, she achieved a 6.5. Now, to give you an idea, if you get a 5.5 IELTS band score, that's borderline upper intermediate, but it will get you into some universities on like a foundation course, but it won't get you necessarily into every university when it comes to trying to do certain courses. Like an actual Bachelor of Honours, for example. A 6.5 IELTS band score puts you at a very, very high upper intermediate level. It means you would be able to cope with a lot of the university work, such as reading and writing, which is why it's a really good score. 6.5 is the normal goal for most IELTS students who are looking to go to university or looking to go back to university. If you get anything like a 7, a 7.5, for example, an 8, then you are looking at advanced. And if you get 8.5 and 9, then that is going to be considered to be proficient. So these results are very good. Now, moving on. This week as well, I should add. Let's see. So, correct. I just realized, guys, I'm going to have to change the title. So I will do that later. what to expect this week. I made a little mistake there, so I will change it and then share it again. Okay, so what else to expect this week? Thank you very much. Apologies about that. I forgot the to, what to expect this week. Anyway, what you guys can expect this week. So on Tuesday, tomorrow, pronunciation challenge. We're going to look at some pronunciation challenges to help develop our pronunciation, funnily enough. Wednesday, verb patterns, really important. We're not just going to look at it from a low level, we'll also look at it from a higher level as well. Thursday is going to be reading club challenge. I'm looking forward to Thursday. Reading club challenge is where I'm going to try some activities with you guys. It will help your listening and writing as well. So that's what you guys can expect. So let's get into today's lesson. Now, one of the things I was just looking at was this whole question to do with a passive. Now, I was just giving a lesson now. And one of the things we were looking at was this passive form. So I'm going to share something with you, and I'm going to see if you guys can do it. Okay, so we've got something like this. Let me just make sure I copy this properly. So we're going to go with, okay, his business had serious cash flow problems last year, and he won. Huge debt that's trying to keep things going. In the end, he bankrupt all his employees something redundant. The bank his house, and he without a penny to his name. Now, the verbs we need to think about are run up, go, make, repossess, and leave. Let's see how you guys do with this. This is where we have to think about the passive form or the active. So it's either active or passive. Now remember, guys, if it's an active sentence, okay, the focus is on the doer, okay, such as he sold his house. Okay, in this case, he's the one selling his house. A passive structure is a bit different. The focus is on the result. So we would then say result and not the doer. That's why we would then say his house was sold. Okay, so that's what we're thinking about here. We're thinking about the passive. We've got run up, go, make, repossess, and leave. Now, some words we might need to look at. His business had serious cash flow problems. Cash flow, by the way, guys, it's quite simple. Flow of money into the business. You can even say out of the business. But if you have a healthy cash flow, it means you have more money coming into your business than money going out of your business. And something huge debt. Now, here we need to think of the verb yes. Now here it's in order, so we've got run up here. So run up will be the first one. What are we talking about if you run up debt? But we need to think of how to create it. The rest of the sentence. Do we say his business had serious cash flow problems last year and he ran up huge debts, or he had run up huge debts, or do we say and he was run up huge debts? What do you think is going to make the most sense? Should this be active or should this be passive? If you run up a debt, it means you build up a large debt. And debt is obviously money you don't have. Debt is money you owe to someone else or you owe to the bank, trying to keep things going. In the end, something bankrupt. So here again, you've got the verb go. You need to think, is this past or present? Should this be he goes bankrupt, go bankrupt, went bankrupt, had gone bankrupt? What do you guys think? All his employees, blank, redundant. Again, here we need to think of, okay, who's the doer? Are the employees the doer, or is the company the doer? That will change things. All his employees, something, redundant. Now, redundant is when you lose your job. It's not, you don't lose your job because you're bad. You just lose your job because they can't afford to pay you. And then we move on to the bank, something, his house. The bank, here we need to think again, who's the doer? And his house, and something without a penny to his name. Here you've got the option of leave. So let's see what you guys create. Have a go. Now, I can do the first one for you. So his business had serious cash flow problems last year. And so number one, the answer to number one, and he ran up huge debts. Okay. Now, if you have any questions at any point, just come in and please ask. I will answer. But that's the answer to number one. And like I said, we're thinking of this interesting element with the passive. We're always having to think, who does the action? Because the general rule is, if we're talking about the thing or the person that does the action, it's going to be an active. But if we're talking about the result, it's going to be passive. And that's a good rule to have. If you're joining later, by the way, guys, don't forget the action for these lessons happen in the chat section, the top chat section. And if you're watching later, make sure you still watch. When you watch, look at the top chat, because that's where the action happens. Now, in the future, do I hope to be able to play around with something so this becomes easier? Yeah. But this is the way this works. Now, Irina F has said last year his business had serious cash flow problems and ran into huge debt. Trying to keep the job running. As a result, he is bankrupt. All his employees were laid off. The bank took his house and he was left penniless in his name. Well, Irina F, you've used some interesting language here. You haven't stuck to all the things I offered, but I'm not too bothered about that. Its question is, did what you write make sense? So last year, This business had serious cash flow problems. And ran into huge debts. The thing with ran in this case, we're going to say and ran up huge debts. So the answer to one here has to be ran up. You run up, or you ran, or he ran up huge debts. When you're talking about money, it's usually you run up. For example, you run into problems. So you run up, or you ran up debts, but you run into, or you ran into problems. So the preposition changes depending on the noun. Two, trying to keep the job running. As a result, he is bankrupt. Sure, you could say as a result he's bankrupt, but in this case, if we're looking at the verb go, then the answer to two is he went bankrupt. Okay, he went bankrupt. This is going to have to be in the past. Number three, all his employees were laid off. I will accept that. That's not what we were looking for, but I'm happy to go with that. Were laid off. I think that makes a perfect amount of sense. So Arena F, you are correct there. The alternative that we could have gone for would have been, let's see, what were the options? The options. Make. So three, the other alternative were made. Okay, were made redundant, but I'll accept laid off. The bank took his house, correct. Or the four, you could say the bank repossessed his house. Repossessed means to take back. And he was left without a penny. Well done, 5. Yeah, was left. Good. Okay, so well done there, Arena. Some really good alternative answers as well. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to share with you guys that particular thing over there. That question regarding the passive. Right. So guys, as a result of today, I'm going to cut the lesson a little bit short because not enough people are watching. So for today, I'm going to end the lesson just a little bit early. Hopefully, I know that this summer has been full of disruption. We're now going to start getting back into this rhythm, 4:30 every day. I'll let you know when we're not going to do it, when we don't do it, but we'll do it most days a week. We'll aim for like 4:30, for example, every day. It's a good time. It's straight after the last lesson as well. But that's what we're looking at this week on the YouTube channel. Just to remind you guys, we are looking at the following. So tomorrow, please join me at 4:30 for the pronunciation challenge. Really important. It's a great opportunity when it comes to this sort of thing. Then on top of that, we've got Wednesday, verb patterns, really important, good stuff there. And Thursday's reading club, and that should be quite good. Please let your friends know about the daily live lessons as well. Arena F, thank you for your answers today, as well as Oksana, massive help. Thank you very much. So guys, I'm going to leave it there, 20-minute mark. If we have more people, I'll go on for longer, but if we don't have enough people, then I'll just cut the lesson a little bit short. So guys, for those of you who did watch today, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Irina, thank you so much for your support, as always. And Oksana, thank you very much for watching as well. Please take care, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 at the same time. Pronunciation challenge. So make sure you join me for that and check out the new video. Today, there's a new video on future Simple, making predictions with Will, and later on in the week, there'll be an IELTS testimonial video coming out. Make sure you watch that as well. Take care, everybody, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.